kind of weird to say, but welcome back to my YouTube channel. I haven't filmed anything in a really long time. If you didn't know, I used to film with my boyfriend, now fiance. The last video on here was, I believe it's me and Gabriel's last Valentine's actually, I think. Today, when I'm filming this, is actually Valentine's Day. So I'm trying to hurry and film it before me and Gabriel go out. But I think the videos are still on our channel. I might take them off. I don't know, I'm a little iffy because it gives me a little bit of a cringe to rewatch them. So we'll see. But yeah, it's been a minute since I filmed anything, and Gabriel bought me a DJI camera. I want to say like a year ago. And I've been saying like, oh my gosh, ignore this mancha because I went to go get coffee. Ignore that. I've been telling Gabriel like, oh, I'm gonna start YouTube. I'm gonna start YouTube. Nunca. And I never get around to it. Or like I posted on my Instagram story like, oh, I'm gonna start YouTube. Ask me questions. And literally, siempre me preguntan like preguntas, and I never do it. But this time, I'm committed. I'm gonna start. I really want to start vlogging. Literally just anything. Like, even if nobody watches, like I really just want to start vlogging for me and like to just kind of save the stuff, especially right now because like I'm engaged, I'm gonna get married. Like, I wanna record all my bridal stuff. I wanna vlog all the like trips to go get bridesmaid dresses and like his tux and like all that stuff. Please stay tuned for that. And for my first video back, I'm gonna do a Q&A. So I asked you guys on Instagram to send me some questions so I could do like a Q&A. And this is, I want to say, the third time that I've done that because I always say that I'm going to come back to filming and I never do. So, pero esta vez, for sure, I wrote them down. They were mostly all questions. I think actually they were all questions about my wedding. So this is more of like a wedding Q&A, but I'll give a little bit of background of myself. So my name is Ashley. I am a 22-year-old college student. This is my last semester, hopefully, in college. I was studying to be a teacher, but right now I'm in between of like whether I want to be a teacher or not. I have a fiance. I have a fiance named Gabriel who studied welding. He's a welder right now, but he's going back to firefighting school, so that's exciting for him. And we're planning our wedding, so that's pretty much the season of our life right now. But which leads into wedding questions. So one of the first ones that I got was, how did you know you were ready to get married? Like I said, I am 22. I feel, me personally, I feel like that's not a bad age to get married, or like a too young age to get married. I think that that's like a pretty good age to start thinking about it. I am going to be 23 in like 2-3 months. So by the time I get married, I will be 23. But how did I know? I don't even know how I knew I was ready to get married. Honestly, I would say that I just didn't see my life with anybody else. Like, every single thing that I did, like, he was the one thought in my head. Like, if I went to school, like, oh my gosh, I need to tell Gabriel what I learned in school. If I went to work, oh my gosh, I need to tell Gabriel what happened at work. If I hung out with friends, like, oh my gosh, like, I need to tell Gabriel, like, what just happened with me. Like, everything kind of led to him, or like made me think of him. And so it was kind of like that defining moment of like, this is the person that I want to spend the rest of my life with. And we were very open about conversation like that, so we were very like talkative of like when we wanted to get married. So we did like, he brought it up a couple times, I brought it up a couple times, and then we kind of just made like a plan of like, we would get engaged when we were 22 or 21 and then get married at 23ish. So it's kind of always been in the plans for us, I guess. The next question is, how did Gabriel ask for your hand, and did he ask your dad? So there's actually a TikTok video on my TikTok, which I'm gonna post right here. So I told Gabriel, I was like, I really want you to ask my dad because I feel like it's very important for you to ask my dad's blessing, not his permission, but his blessing. And he was like, yeah, for sure, 100%, I'll do that. And I'm like, okay. So when it came around the time that we were deciding like we're gonna get engaged this year, he decided like, okay, I'm gonna go so and so date to ask for your hand. And I said, okay. And I literally just told my parents, I'm like, oh, Gabriel and his parents are coming over to me, which isn't weird because they've done that before. But the like actual concept of like them coming over to eat wasn't like alarming to them, like, oh, something's gonna happen, or like they're gonna ask for her hand or anything. I actually didn't tell my parents anything until the very last minute. But pretty much Gabriel said like, oh, I want to come with my parents because that's their tradition, is to bring their like both sets of parents. They kind of like meet up and they chat, and then like the guy asks for the girl's hand to the dad, and they bring stuff, and then you'll see in the video like he brings they bring molotes, and which is like a traditional food, and they bring cerveza, and usually they bring mezcal, but in this case they had brought tequila because my parents don't really drink mezcal. So like I said, my mom didn't know that they were gonna come over to do that. My parents didn't know until I started getting really nervous. Like like I clean before people come over all the time, but like I started cleaning like the type of like desperate cleaning where you're like, oh, like something's wrong. Like why are you like cleaning so like aggressively, and like you want to make sure everything looks perfect? And I was like, it's because it has to be perfect. Like, and my grandma was like, no me vayas a decir que vienen a pedir tu mano. And I was like, and what if they were? And then my mom turns around and she was like, no, if they are, you need to tell me because I need to mentally prepare myself. And I said, well, they are. And she was like, you're lying. And I was like, yeah, they're gonna come ask for my hand. And then she was like, you're lying. And I was like, yes, no, I'm being serious. I'm like, believe me, don't believe me. But when they come and they ask for my hand, and I love to joke around with my parents a lot, so they didn't believe me at first. And then Gabriel got there and he knocked on the door. And my mom and my dad were sitting in the living room on the couch, and they were like, were you being serious? I'm like, yes, I'm being serious. And they came, they walked in, like we said hi to them. They put all the stuff down that they brought. And then once my mom saw, I had a conversation with my mom when she was like, once I saw that they had brought all those things, that's when I was like, oh no, it's this for real. Like they're actually asking for your hand. And I was like, yeah. But it was really pretty. Me and Gabriel are both the youngest in our family, so it was like a really like emotional moment because like both of their youngest kids are like deciding to like basically leave their home and like create a family together. So but yeah, that's pretty much how he did it. The next question is, what's been the most exciting part of being engaged? I think it's just people seeing us like a committed couple. Does that make sense? Like, I feel like when we were dating, like, they knew, like, oh, like, that's your partner. But now it's like, okay, that's for sure your partner. Like, I feel like in both places, like in my family and his family, it's like even more of like, okay, you are 1000% of part of the family now because you've decided to get married. Like you're marrying into the family now, whereas like when you're dating, it's kind of like, oh, I come over a couple of times, like, hey, like, you know, like you're nice to the family and you get a little close to the family. But now being engaged, it's like we've gotten really close, a lot closer to each other's families, and I mean like extended family, not like immediate family. So I feel like that's been a really exciting part, just feeling more welcomed into each other's families. What has been your favorite part of wedding planning? Um, I think my favorite part so far was when I went to go wedding dress shopping. That was like the most emotional and like surreal moment when I was like, oh my gosh, I'm getting married. Like, I'm getting married. Like, I just put on a white dress and a veil that I'm gonna wear on my wedding day. Like, that to me was, I don't know, mind blowing. I was just like, oh my gosh. I unfortunately don't have any videos of me trying on dresses because my sister is the one who like kind of recorded everything, and her and my best friend don't let me have any of the videos or the pictures because I'm the type of person that would show anybody, and I would literally come running to Gabriel and be like, "Oh my gosh, babe, I found my wedding dress. Like, look." And obviously I can't do that, so I'm not allowed to have them. Next question is, what has been the most stressful part of wedding planning? I feel like it's just pleasing everybody and kind of satisfying everybody's like needs and wants, because Gabriel's from Oaxaca, his family's from Oaxaca, and my family's from La Ciudad de Mexico. So like obviously the traditions are not the same, and he has a lot of traditions that in his culture, like you have a wedding for like 5 days. It's like a 5 day party, 4 day party. Like obviously we don't have that. We have a day to like kind of fit all the things in there, and so there was a lot of things that we had to kind of unfortunately like cut out, and so it's kind of hard because everybody wanted those things, and I'm like, I feel really bad, but like ultimately it's our decision and it's like whatever we want to do. um But in the end, we decided to have an after party like the next day, like a recalentado kind of. I believe the term that they use is like tornaboda. And so we're gonna kind of like throw in all the things that we weren't able to get like the first day in there. But I would say that that's the most stressful part of wedding planning is like everybody wants to help and everybody wants to give an opinion and they think that it's helping, but sometimes it just becomes more stressful because sometimes, you know, your opinion's not the same as mine. And like if you give me an opinion and it's not what I am thinking, I'm like, oh, dang it. Like, are they right? Like, should I have not done that? Does that not look nice? Like, even though it's what I originally picked with my partner, it makes me second guess. So I think that's the hardest part. And the hardest part too is that I second guess everything. Like, okay, so the next question is my story time on the ring he picked and why. So in January of 2025, we had gone ring shopping just to kind of see what kind of shape I wanted for the center stone and what carat size I wanted. Because carat sizes look different on different like fingers or like hand sizes because I feel like I have really small hands. And I had decided that I wanted an oval with something on the band that was like antique-ish, like vintage-y. And I'll show like a couple pictures of like the inspo that I had kind of showed him. But yeah, we went to the mall. We just kind of tried on like sizes and stuff, and we had decided like, oh, anything between like a 1.5 carat and a 2 carat. I told him, I'm like, I'm not set on that stone. Like, if you want to move it around and get something different, like you're 1000% entitled to because um, I still want you to pick it. I knew that he wanted to get me a customized ring. I knew that he wanted to customize it to like his own liking and what he wanted. And so I was really excited to like see what he came up with. Even though I gave him like an inspo, I knew it wasn't gonna look exactly like that, obviously. But I told him, I'm like, whatever you want to get me, like get me. Like I'm not too picky on it. I just want it to be like I just want the design to be pretty. Like I just want it to be like unique. That's the word. I just want it to be unique and unique to me. Um, and so I'll insert. I have a bunch of clips of like him going to the jewelry. So I'll insert all those clips. But like pretty much he picked a marquee diamond. Um, I believe it's a 2.4 carat. And I'll insert some clips. I'll show it to you guys right here. He picked the diamond. He picked the band. Like he designed it. He went, I think, a total of 4 times to like kind of customize it and design it. And the fact that he went on his own, no one went with him. No one gave him any opinions on the ring. Like he picked it all on his own. That to me is super beautiful, and it's like, ooh, bitch, I'm gonna cry. That to me is just like so beautiful, and like it just shows how much he loves me and how much he wanted to get me something that was special and unique to me. And I love my ring. I am so super in love with my ring. When I saw it, I was like, beautiful. I couldn't have asked for anything else. And then that one kind of leads to the next one. How did you get proposed to? Story time with pics. Sadly, there is no pictures. Um, so I got proposed to at Coronado Beach in May. I think it was like 2 days after my birthday. Um, and I think it was really beautiful. This is gonna be a little controversial, but I do not like people seeing intimate moments. Like, I think intimate moments are supposed to be intimate moments. Like, I had told him, I was like, I don't want anybody there besides a photographer. That's the only person that's allowed to be there. If they're gonna take pictures, that's fine. But anybody else, like, I don't want anybody there. Like, I want it to be just an intimate moment between you and me, especially because I know that I'm a very shy person and Gabriel's a very shy person, and so like I know that we would be in a safe place to kind of like cherish that moment, just the two of us. So he ended up taking me to Coronado Beach, and we had like this really pretty picnic. We had Chick-fil-A, and that's because I requested Chick-fil-A because that was like our first dates when we were in high school was like we would go to Chick-fil-A. So I was like, no, we need to have Chick-fil-A. Like that's just gonna be a cherry on top. And I knew I was getting proposed to. Like I'm not that clueless. Like I knew. He did set up his phone to kind of. So actually, we were supposed to have someone to go take pictures of the engagement, but they backed out like last minute, and so like we were already there, and Gabriel was like, okay, well, I'm gonna do the best that I can, and I'm just gonna use my phone. And he had popped up his phone to take a video, and unfortunately it did not get the video. So there's no video, there's no picture, there's nothing besides the memory. Besides the memory up here, like, um, at first I was a little bit sad because I was like, oh, there's like no picture of us getting engaged, but now I'm like, that's a moment that only you and I can cherish. Like nobody else was there, nobody else lived it, just you and me, and like that's one thing that we will share together forever. And it was really beautiful, and he had like a really beautiful speech that he gave me. I thought I was gonna cry because I cry for everything. If you know me, I cry para todo. Like ando chille chille todo el tiempo. I did not cry. I think I was just more overwhelmed with joy and excitement than anything. So I was like, and like I said, I didn't know what the ring looked like. I didn't know the shape. I didn't know anything. It was, in the end, it was like exactly like he knew. He just knew that that was gonna be me, and I love my ring. I think it's the most unique thing ever. I never see anyone else with one. I know it's starting to get a little more popular now, but I don't really see anyone else with one. Um, so yeah, that's kind of how I got. Well, that is how I got engaged. But there's no picture. There's no video, unfortunately. Um, Funny thing, I knew he was gonna propose, but I was like, no, maybe he's not, because I checked, like, I was trying to be chismosa, and I saw his pockets. There was nothing in them. I was like, maybe it's not happening today. But I'm like, but this is like the exact perfect moment that I would want it. So, and then when he did propose, and I wish, this is one of the reasons I wish there was a video, because there's no, like, this is so funny to look back at. He had the ring in his sock, so he had to like bend over and like get the ring out of his sock, and then like go down his knee and like ask. And I thought it was so funny. Um, and it's such a Gabriel thing to do, so I thought that was really funny. But yeah, there's no video, sadly. We did do like a recreation when we did like our engagement pictures, and a lot of people thought that that picture was like him proposing, which it wasn't. Okay, you guys, that was all the questions that I had. I had a couple more, but they were pretty much all asking the same thing. It was just all wedding stuff, so I kind of condensed them into what I answered. It is Valentine's Day, so I'm gonna go celebrate with my hubby, soon to be hubby. So thank you for watching, and like I said, I really hope to continue making videos of wedding stuff and just this season of our life in general. So stay tuned for that. And look at my little flowers. They're so cute. He always gets me roses and sunflowers because they're my favorite. But anyways, bye guys.